I am Shreya Daga. I am a chartered accountant, All India rank 43. I have cleared all the three levels of CFA in my first attempt, a top 10 percentile in L1 and L2. I worked for 3 years with KPMG in the stat audit domain for the financial services vertical. So there I got the opportunity to work for several FS clients, mutual funds, AMCs, banks, insurance companies, and the like. And this deepened my interest in finance, which was why I wanted to pursue a CFA, and later on decided to go for an MBA in finance, which I'm currently pursuing from IIM Kozhikode. And apart from this, I have also completed a short stint with Goldman Sachs investment banking for their leveraged finance desk. So Unacademy gives you around 300 hours of content, a very good practice question set which has a question bank of around 2,500 questions, 20 sectional tests, 10 mock tests, and you will also have specially curated PDF notes prepared by the educator. There will be unlimited doubt solving classes and expert sessions as well. Once a week there will be a special class which is conducted for you. And apart from this, because it is recorded, it gives you the flexibility of attending it at your own time and pace, which is very useful if you are a student pursuing another course that is more demanding and more time consuming, or if you are a working professional and you do not have the kind of hours required. You can work as per your own flexibility with Unacademy, and they have live classes as well. So all in all, it's a very good package. CFA is a professional certification for finance and investment professionals. It will deepen your understanding of investments and the financial world as a whole. And apart from that, it is globally recognized. So if you want to enter the overseas market, or you want to take your career to the next step, CFA could be your entryway into that. Technically, there are 3 exams. You need to clear all 3 exams. There is no minimum time gap between 2 exams as far as I am aware. Of course, in terms of registration for exams, please be aware that there is going to be an early bird discount and there are scholarships available. And you have to register for the exam, you have to take the exam, and after you've cleared the 3 levels of CFA, you need to complete 4,000 hours of relevant work-ex in a minimum period of 36 months, and then you can apply for your charter, and then you are a charter holder, and there your CFA journey in terms of obtaining the designation will be over. So this is what you technically need to do to become a CFA. But in terms of what it takes to get this degree, do you need any existing finance knowledge? No. In fact, if you are someone who's an engineer and you want to venture into CFA is a good entry point for you to enter into finance. But having said that, having a finance degree already makes things easier for you, like say a CA. But no prerequisite knowledge as such is required to register for your CFA exams. So in terms of my experience with CFA, I luckily enough cleared all my levels in the first go, and I had a top 10 percentile 2 in L1 and L2. But I started CFA when I was in the middle of CA, so I was doing my articleship with KPMG, and that was when I gave my level 1 of CFA with my ITT and my articleship. My level 2 of CFA was actually 1 day away from CAT. So it was like, today I have my CFA level 2 paper, and day after tomorrow I have to appear for my CAT. So I gave my level 2 with CAT, and my level 3 I actually appeared for during my MBA trimester. So again, my level 3 exam was around 10 days after my MBA trimester midterms. So for me, I could never really explicitly remove time for CFA, and that is the best part about this subject. You do not need to take a break from your work or put in too many hours. It is a subject which is very application based, and if you are good with applying the concepts that you've learned, so the MCQ part of it makes things much easy for you. And you can do it as a working professional, you can do it as a student of another course. So I think, yeah, that's one of the nicer things about CFA, and that was my experience about studying for the CFA. So, in terms of the core concepts in CFA, you have subjects like equity, derivatives, financial statement analysis, or FRA, and you have quants, you have economics. So, basically, it's entire you have fixed income. So basically, it's an entire basket of subjects that you need to understand the financial markets from a holistic view. So it is, while it is also teaching you about the products, it is also teaching you about the markets, it is teaching you how to take positions, it is teaching you portfolio management. So the syllabus of CFA is really beautiful, and you get to learn a lot by just reading the CFA books. Apart from this, one specific thing to highlight is the ethics part of CFA. So the ethics is a subject in CFA which is common throughout the three levels, and it is one which is emphasized a lot by the institute. And you really want to be very correct with your ethics, because that is um, one subject where at least it is rumored that the institute is not very lenient, and therefore you need to be very on point with your ethics curriculum of CFA. Apart from that, there is a whole host of subjects related to finance and investments, which will solidify your understanding and help you gain a very holistic and bird's eye view on the financial markets. Now, if I compare the two subjects of CA and CFA, CA, if I remember correctly, your final level has two subjects for taxation. One is direct in tax, one is indirect tax. There is one subject for audit, and there is one subject for law. So you can see around 400 out of your 800 marks. That is clearly around 50% of your syllabus is not related to finance per se. CFA, on the other hand, is very heavily finance based. There will be a lot of focus on portfolio management, derivatives, equity. All of these are separate subjects in your CFA. But of course, there is economics, there is quants, and there is also a good chunk of ethics in CFA. In my personal opinion, having done both, I believe that CFA is more inclined towards finance than CA is. And of course, there are some subjects like financial reporting and analysis which are common for CA and CFA. But then again, CA takes a more Ind AS view of the financial reporting, what happens in India. If I talk about CFA, it talks about US GAAP and IFRS. But apart from that, there is a lot of commonality in this particular subject, at least. But overall, I feel that yes, there is a lot of difference between CA and CFA in terms of their focus. And of course, if you do a CA, doing a CFA becomes easier for you. And CFA is a much holistic overview of the finance world. In terms of career opportunities, if you want to break free from the audit and taxation path, CFA might be the way to go. Even if you are already into the finance space and you want to grow in the investment industry, CFA may be the way for you to go. And specifically to highlight, the global opportunities available for you with a CFA degree will be significantly higher than what it will be for you with only a CA degree. In terms of having any prerequisite for eligibility of CFA, there's nothing as such. You just need to be in your final year of your bachelor program, or you need to have completed it to be eligible to register for the level 1 program. Anything specifically for CA professionals, no. There is no exemption or any specific requirement. The process remains the same. And yeah, that is how you become eligible to sit for your level 1. And in terms of getting the charter, of course, you need to complete your 4,000 hours of relevant work X. Now, what comprises relevant work X is listed on their website over a minimum period of 36 months. So that would make you eligible for the charter. In terms of sitting for the exam, it's just being in your final year of bachelor's. Nothing specifically for CA professionals. That's not there. So the benefits of holding a CA and a CFA together. Of course, the career opportunities are better for you. It's very simple, right? If I give you an option of this person is a chartered accountant, this person is a CFA, and this person is a CA and a CFA. So other things being constant, you would prefer someone who has both qualifications. So yeah, the market is very competitive. Having an extra degree will not hurt you, it will open up more opportunities. And let me recall an interesting incident. So when I was with Goldman Sachs, I was talking to this person from London, and I was telling her about myself, and I told her that I'm a chartered accountant from India. I have I've got a all India rank 43 over here, and it was like an introductory session. Can you believe she was not really impressed by that? But what she was impressed by was that I had completed all the three levels of CFA. So it really matters, if you want to go abroad, if you want to go to London, UK, US. So CFA is internationally recognized, so it really opens up a lot of opportunities for you, especially in the investment field. And people take notice, especially outside India. Within India, of course, CA is very well recognized, it has a lot of respect. But if you have a CFA along with the CA, your understanding of finance will be much deeper, and apart from that, you will be able to venture into roles which are uh, not related to audit and tax. So very core finance roles. If you want to be a derivatives trader, if you want to get into a portfolio management or an asset management space, that options also open up easier if you have the CFA charter, and even the promotion cycle becomes somewhat easier for you to go through. So, in your CA program, you will study about financial statement analysis, right, or FRA, which you have, where you go through your accounting standards, you go through your Ind AS, you go through preparing your PNL and all. And that will give you a very severe edge in CFA, because throughout the three levels of CFA, you will not struggle with that subject. There are a couple of new concepts introduced in CFA, even in this. So, like for banking, you have LCR and SFR, which is introduced later into the CFA program. But having said that, this one subject will always be your strength. So it will help you reach your MPS faster. And apart from that, even if you take certain derivative subjects, so there will be overlaps with your SFM course and your finance course for the IPCC level. So all of that together will make it easier for you to pass the exam, and more importantly, you will understand what they are talking about much faster, because as a CA candidate, your base is very solid. And at the end of it, CFA is a specialized finance and investment course, and if you have the knowledge of CFA becomes much simpler for you as compared to, say, an engineering graduate who's for the first time venturing into finance. So he will be typically learning how to read the financial statements for the first time when he or she is studying CFA, and you will be very easy with those concepts. So it will be much, much, much more easier for you as a CA candidate compared to someone who's not in the CA course. So you do definitely have an edge. No, there are no exemptions for a CA who's sitting for the CFA program. So while I understand that there will be a lot of concepts which you already know, a lot of subjects that you are already very comfortable with, you will not have any exemption, and you will have to sit for the program like any other candidate. But it's okay because the job is relatively easier for you, and you must understand why this is the case. Because see, it is internationally recognized certification, so there are people from all over the world who appear for this exam, and this is the reason why CFA holds so much value, is that it is standardized across countries and across professions. So if you tell someone I have the CFA designation, it means something, and it means the same thing across countries, and that is what drives its value. So there are no exemptions, and there, in my opinion, should not be any exemptions or shortcuts depending upon your existing professional qualification. But that said and done, you're a chartered accountant. Your job will be fairly simpler compared to other candidates when it comes to appearing for CFA. So, in terms of roles which prefer both CA and CFA, in my experience, if you are venturing into investment banking roles, if you are entering into equity research roles, also having a CA and a CFA is a big plus. So, while I agree that with a CA degree you can enter into several of the roles, it will be the CFA degree which will help you step up the ladder, because say you're serving in an investment banking department mid office today, and tomorrow you have the opportunity to expand into the front office, which may be in London or it may be in US. So there, your CA degree does not hold as much value as your CFA degree does, and therefore it becomes easier for you. And apart from this, all portfolio management role, all buy side, sell side mandates, it may be equity research role, it may be investment banking, it may be your asset management industry, wealth management space. All of these places, if you have a CFA, it makes a difference. Only CA, if you have it, things will get a little difficult for you, both in terms of entering the job and in terms of getting promoted in the job. If you're looking for audit and tax related roles, then only CA is the good way to go about it. If you're looking for roles in the investment space, then having a CFA will make your life easier.
Like, share, and subscribe for more.